And we're live. I forgot to turn on music because I'm a bad person.
And
I have spooky music too, which is great.
What's that for?
For all of this. Hello everybody and welcome back to Arantheas Awakening, a D&D 5e live stream. I am your Dungeon Master Arch, and with me today as always, my good friend Kyle.
Hi.
Who are you playing, Kyle?
I play a burb and then an old man named Eli.
Man, the bird sounds way more
mostly the bird, though.
Mostly
Mostly the bird lately.
If you watched last session, just the bird.
Completely a bird.
And Neil.
I'm Neil. I play Isla.
Alright, and finally, Onyx.
I'm Onyx, and I play Zai.
Yes, you do. So, I'm going to give a quick recap of what happened last time, and then we will dive back into things. So, you all departed from Shayla's, with the intent being to travel to the abandoned keep, clean it out of the supposed undead, and basically claim it to be the guild's, as you rightfully have the deed to it. Well, you have a copy, but the guild owns it. You traveled south through the forests of Midwood, came across a river that divides a portion of the Freelands with Midwood, came up with an elaborate scheme involving the use of Levitate, Giant Bartimus, and Faith hitting Zai really hard with her hammer. The plan succeeded, and you successfully overcame this obstacle in the river. That night, you all made camp. Faith had a small chat with Zai about how that was such a better idea than her just casting control water. During the night watch, Eli, flying on the back of Giant Bartimus, spotted a distant campsite with smoke rising from it. When mentioning it to Zai, Zai mentioned that it was most likely one of the wandering tribes. You guys had like a nice cultural moment of talking about like the differences and the whys and whatnot. And then continued on your travels. You arrived at the abandoned keep, which you found to be this big, long, air quotes, empty, keep on the top of a bluff. You made your way up the bluff side into the first initial courtyard of this large keep with the walls and everything. Inside, you found that there were several buildings, including a windmill, a stables in which you found some skeletal warhorses, a blacksmith, where you came across a skeletal undead blacksmith who surprisingly wasn't immediately aggressive and had some interesting things to mention about there being a traitor, a betrayal, there was some call for something, and the gods, and something about a curse. It was all very cryptic. After a little bit, you guys made your way into the keep proper, after falling through the barbican due to a tripwire trap, falling into the nasty mosquito-infested waters. And then, after making your way into the keep proper, investigated the outer walls a little bit before going into the central entryway, where you heard a "Get out!" And I made you all roll wisdom saves.
And somebody got a nat 1.
Yes, Neil did.
My next question was going to be, who did that?
I rolled a nat 2.
You did. I'll actually scroll up here so the lovely folks in the stream can see. As you can see, so Faith got a 14. Kyle had a 10, but then used his last Bardic Stream dice to make it a 14. Ilo got that wonderful one. And then Zai got a 3. Zai, you do have a D12 inspiration die if you would like to use that now.
Nah, it's just gonna be a 1 or 2.
All right.
I can.
You do have like all of the dice, Neil.
Yeah, I'm not gonna roll one though.
All right, so Faith and Eli, you're both fine.
Yeah.
You're just like, that's very peculiar. It's quite scary. And Faith's just like, ooh, that was real spooky. And then you both look, and you see Ilo and Zai. The two of you have a very strong urge to leave. One might say you are frightened.
Oh boy. Bye.
What are you guys doing?
I walk out. As, I guess, Milo throws a tantrum on the floor, I'm just gonna like pick him up and take him with me.
Oh god, he's
That
doing
worked.
that.
Faith just turns out. Wait, where are you guys going? The bad guys are this way.
I just remember that I want to go take a look at that blacksmith, and I walk out the door.
She turns back to Eli. Do you think that was magic?
Here, I do Arcana check.
Yeah.
Walking past the trees.
Fucking crit 20.
that
crit
was-
27.
You're like, yeah.
I would say yes. I
Oh.
would appear some form of fear effect, I would assume.
As they're still talking, I make sure to carefully step over the tripwire.
Good call. Do you think we should go get them, or like, should we just wait a minute?
Sorry.
Meow.
They're being bad.
They just want your love.
All of a sudden, I'm carrying heavy air.
No, I use that on you.
Oh, you're
And
floating.
You're carrying me, so I'm invisible too.
Okay. Wait, they're gone. Where did they go?
But they walked out. They're gone. They left.
But-
Should we go get them, or I mean,
Yes. Come on.
I want to walk to the
Hello,
blacksmith
hi,
and
where did you
barricade
go?
the door.
you?
Inside the
Sorry.
blacksmith. I'm inside the blacksmith, and the door is now barricaded.
Oh my god.
You get halfway through barricading before the frighten effect ends, because it only lasts for a minute, it seems like. And then you're just kind of there going, well, I was not scared of any of that. That wasn't that bad.
Well, now we're invisible. We should just. I'll just. No. It's probably smart to just stay this way.
Should
Yeah,
we maybe?
I guess so. And I start unbarricading the door.
Oh wait, we're not on here yet.
You're like
yeah, I guess-
walking through the Barbican right now. Fate's like, don't step on the wire.
I'm not going to step on the wire. Goodness, I'm not going to make the same mistake twice.
Okay.
Perhaps. I think I might. Actually, you should have some spells that could help with these kind of things as well. Don't you have protection from evil and good?
Do I? No, I
mean,
don't
you're
have
right.
that one. I mean, I probably could, but
You don't have it prepared today.
no. I kind of like to have like these spells that I have. Like I have a
No,
very specific list. I kind of
understand.
like.
I'm not criticizing you for once. I have the same spell, and I do not have it prepared today.
What you're saying is you're unprepared.
I am prepared for other situations, as it would seem so for you as well.
I'm
Maybe
prepared, I'm
we
prepared
should-
to kill things.
I am prepared to assist in certain manners, but maybe once we find Ilo and Zai, we could rest a little bit, and I could prepare protection, and you do the same.
I'm starting to think that with this conversation, Ark, you're doing this on purpose to buy time because I accepted the challenge of finishing this tonight, and you decided to take it upon yourself to make that not happen.
No. This is called role playing, Neil.
Jeez, Neil. It's character development.
You're
Okay.
welcome to reinsert yourselves into the situation if you would like, now that you're not frightened.
Have I successfully unbarricaded the door?
Yes, you didn't get that far in. You were only feared for a minute.
Okay.
You had maybe, like,
Okay.
a chair in the way.
Okay. In that case, I guess still carrying Isla, so we're both invisible.
Alright, you guys walk
So,
back into the room.
Yeah.
You see Faith and Eli standing there discussing the finer points of preparing spells.
I want to stand right next to Eli.
Boo!
Wait, so is he still
Boom.
invisible?
Boo!
Yeah, they're invisible.
Oh god, so we don't even know he's there?
No, I'm saying boo at you.
Oh.
Repetitively.
He just like kind of starts poking at the air. Just
I said,
Islo?
Ding,
I set
ding.
Ilo down.
Isla
Here I
becomes
am.
visible.
Where's
that-
Zai?
He's right here. I got
here.
really scared and cast the spell.
Ah, yes.
But- Right.
Apparently, whatever that was casting some sort of fear magic.
It's not that uncommon with undead.
Right. The question is, do we want to rest for a bit? Faith and I both can prepare a couple of different spells that might be able to protect us.
Resting sounds good. I am kind of beat up.
I have used some spell slots today as well.
Okay.
The only question is, where are we going to sleep? Because, this place is, kind of, bad.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, I mean, there were the barracks. We could clean that up pretty easily.
I suppose. It's going
I
to
mean,
be
it wouldn't be
dirty
the most
and dusty, but...
I can fix the dust and the dirt. That's not a problem.
Me too.
I mean, it's not going to be the most comfortable, but we can make it livable.
Okay, let's go. And as you guys
I
begin
know,
walking
it's not
out...
exciting.
As you guys are walking out of the keep, you kind of hear, it's like half hear, half feel, this kind of like a sigh that seems to go throughout the keep, like just kind of like this. Like this chill of air kind of goes across your back, making your hair on the back of your neck kind of stand on end, just very uncomfortable feeling.
Right.
Yeah, spooky voice. You said to leave. We're going.
There's no response.
That is very strange.
So you guys make your way back out through the Barbican, avoiding the tripwire, I assume, and make your way back out. You are going to the barracks?
That's at least my idea.
Yeah.
Alright. So making your way back to the barracks, as I described previously, it is a two-story building with the main entrance area being kind of a reception area sort of thing. There's a single desk, and then on your left there is a open doorway, sans door itself. And then leading into that room is a large variety of bunk beds, cots, hammocks hanging from the walls and ceilings and pillars. There are weapon racks, armor stands scattered throughout. There are some sets of armor and weapons that have been left behind. However, they have been left for a very long time and have since coated over with rust. You do notice that there are some parts that are missing. It looks like there may have been looters through here at some point. The beds themselves are dusty, dirty. A lot of them look like they've been ripped and clawed by some sort of creature. There are very clear claw marks going through some of them. That's about it. Second floor, very similar to the first. Basically, this was just one large place to store a personal army. to have all of the actual members sleep, eat, and then have their weapons and armor ready in case if they are needed. Overall, looks like you could probably house anywhere between 50 to 100 soldiers, I think I described. If not, that's what I'm describing it as now. So, fuck past me. That's what I'm saying now.
Eli is going to go through and start using prestidigitation to kind of clear up at least the area that we're going to be resting in.
Are you guys going to be staying on the first floor or the second floor?
I don't think it really matters. First floor is fine. I think I would feel safer on the first floor.
Okay.
Just...
I like first floor so we can watch the door.
Right.
You start casting your prestidigitation, cleaning off a few of the beds in the area around. As soon as you clear off, like, the first one that's not, like, ripped to shreds, Faith, like, just walks over, plops down, and starts taking off her armor. You can see she's kind of struggling a little bit, being one-armed.
Oh.
But she seems to be adjusting to her new situation. She, like, one by one is undoing the buckles and the leather straps and kind of just taking off the pieces, putting them on the ground next to the bed.
Eli will kind of like as he's like cleaning another bed, he kind of like sees that, kind of glances, looks down, pays no mind, and then just kind of like stops for a second, looks back up, and like snaps his finger, and he will use Mage Hand to assist her. But then like he's like not paying any attention to it. He's just like, he does it and goes back to what he was doing.
Okay. You cast your Mage Hand and start helping her undo the armor, and she kind of like turns and looks, and she's like, "Are you coming onto me?"
No, I'm trying to help you.
Are you sure? This is real intimate. If you'd rather just do it with your own hands, you know, it's a lot cuter that way.
No, I am quite good. Like I have already told you, I have someone else that I care deeply for. I'm simply trying to assist you.
Okay.
You seem to be struggling.
You're bad at flirting.
I'm not. Oh my goodness. This is what I get for helping.
I think it's one of those things because, oh, you know.
That's kind of weird, but okay. Well,
I'm trying to be nicer to you. Okay.
Okay.
Goodness. Just because someone's nice to you doesn't mean they're flirting with you. Goodness.
So what are you guys doing? You now have 4 clean beds, we'll say, that are roughly near each other.
Are there like wall sconces or like torches or something on the walls or something that we can light on fire? Okay. Yeah, Eli goes and lights them all on fire, and he does that. Pretty much makes the place pretty livable. And then he's gonna like sit down on one of the beds and go into meditative trance, and so we can redo the prepared spells and get spell slots back, and for other people who got hurt, heal.
All right. What about you two?
I'm gonna sit down somewhere and start keeping watch since everyone else seems to just be getting in bed.
All right. And Ilo?
If he's taking first watch, I'll go to bed.
Okay. So you two go to meditate or sleep. Zai, you kind of just position yourself to keep watch. You notice Faith hasn't gone to sleep just yet. She seems to have taken out a, what looks to be like a small stone, like, I don't want to say a plate, but like a slab that has, a very intricate designed, like a glass container embedded into it. Or I shouldn't say embedded into it, it's attached to it. In the shape of what appears to be a water drop, and inside you can see there is some sort of shifting liquid that looks to be a mixture of just like a translucent clear. There are tinges of blue, green, even a little bit of red kind of swirling about in the center, and it kind of seems to just shift and move on its own. And she just sits there cross-legged in front of it and seems to be like half looking at it, half looking through it. And you can see her lips kind of moving without really saying anything.
Okay. Well, until she finishes with, like, the weird talking thing, I'm not going to say anything to her.
Okay.
Once she finishes that, though, then I'll talk.
Takes her about an hour. And when she's done, she seems to come out of this trance and then starts packing this strange thing up. And then lays down in the bed.
Faith, that's real pretty. What is it?
What?
That thing you're holding with the water and all that.
Oh, it's a portable altar.
A portable altar?
Well, for a cleric of water, it's kind of what I have to use to contact the god of water. It's a very it's a religious symbol.
Ah, okay, I understand. Still pretty though.
Yeah, it was a gift. Okay, night.
Yeah, not Faith.
She just plops down, falls asleep. Give me a perception. And what are you doing during your watch?
I will be sitting on the floor, leaning against the door. Actually, wait, does the door open outwards or inwards?
There is no door, unless you're talking about the front door.
Oh yeah, the front door.
The front door opens inward.
Okay, yeah, I'll lean against the door.
Okay.
And perception. 13.
Okay. And you're just leaning against it?
Yeah, so that way something can't just walk in. It's gonna have to move me.
Okay. As you are taking your watch, the sun has gone down outside. You hear, in the distance, you hear what sounds like footsteps. Very, very distant, very soft. And it doesn't take very long before, not that far outside the door, you can hear
Oh boy.
and then it stops. And then another 15-20 seconds later. It sounds like it's walking down the pathway leading up to the keep. And after listening for a minute, it sounds like it's heading away from the barracks. You just hear...
Any windows in the barracks?
There are windows. They're all currently closed. They have shutters on them. There's no glass panes, it's just open shutter.
Okay, any windows that would, like, face the path?
There are.
Okay, I want to just kind of crack one of them open, like, maybe half an inch, and just see if I can see through it.
Sure. Make a stealth check with advantage. So in your case, just...
So normal.
Yes. Assuming you're still wearing your armor.
Oh.
That's disadvantage.
Yes, that's an 8.
Okay. You crack the shutter open a little bit and peek out. There's very little moonlight right now, and it's very hard for you to see, being that you don't have dark vision.
In that case, I will just close it. It's like, oh, it's dark, right. Okay, going back.
You close the shutter, and it makes a slight... as you shut it.
Oh boy.
Rusty hinges and whatnot. Yes, kind of like that, Neil. Thank you.
Yeah. So immersive.
And immediately you can hear outside of the door, you hear kind of a... and it seems to be approaching the barracks.
Oh, sweet. I'm gonna lean against the door again.
Okay. You lean against the door, and you hear it getting closer to... And then it stops right outside the door. And you hear kind of a... And you looking down as your back is against the door, you see the doorknob slowly just kind of...
Oh my, no.
And you feel the door behind you kind of nudge against your back, but it doesn't seem to be moving at the moment. Just kind of...
Nope.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Not letting the door open.
Okay.
Make
Make a strength check.
strength check.
Yes, please.
11.
Oh boy.
Alright, come here, Dice Bard. As you brace yourself against the door, you hear nothing for a moment. You see the doorknob still turned, and then you feel a boom against the door as something impacts it. And after a moment of silence, you hear a...
Did the doorknob go back to its original position?
It did.
Okay. I'm not going to move at all for a little bit.
You continue to lean against the door, and you can still hear the footsteps faintly. They seem to be getting further away. And then about half an hour later, as you're just braced against this door, your heart pounding in your chest, you hear... And it sounds like the footsteps are receding back to the keep. What
Okay,
do
so
you
it came from the keep, went around the courtyard, and then went back to the keep.
do? Seems like it.
Okay. I'm just gonna finish out my watch, and then wake up Eli with a finger over my lips, go and be quiet.
What? Did you see something?
I didn't see much, it's kind of dark, but I heard something. It sounded like it went back to the keep, but it sounded big, and it was out there patrolling or something.
Interesting. Very well.
Try to get in, but I was against the door.
Right, here, help me put, before you go down, let's drag one of these beds in front of the door. I'm not quite as strong.
Do I think that I can move one of these beds without, like, dragging it and making a crap ton of noise?
Not unless you picked it up, which would be possible, but difficult.
Okay.
I mean, I can mage handle like 10 pounds worth of it to help a little bit.
I want to try to pick it up, and if that doesn't work, I'm not even going to try to move it.
All right.
Just
Make a
like
strength
test
check.
it. Just going to test it a little bit without trying to go anywhere.
Sure.
It's just,
You brace yourself, crouch down, and begin trying to lift one of these bed frames. And it lifts maybe half an inch off the ground with you really struggling to lift it, and then you have to put it back down before dropping it.
Okay, and I'm going to try to put it down slowly so it doesn't just slam back into the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. How long was his watch?
2 hours.
2 hours. Okay. So presumably I'm gonna get another 4 hours of meditation after my watch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then Eli will just say, never mind. And he'll just cast levitate on the bed and just guide it over to the door.
Object
and
of your
sit.
choice. Clever
Mhm.
use of a spell.
Hee.
How high off the ground are you having it float up?
I mean, not even a foot. Like,
Okay.
essentially just, high enough to where you can freely move it, and then kind of like lower it down. And once it's on the ground, I'll snap concentration off of it, so it doesn't even like drop on the ground.
Okay. You cast your spell and watch as the bed frame begins to just kind of slowly lift off the ground, hovering just a couple inches above it. And very easily you are able to kind of push it and maneuver it in front of the door. And letting it back down slowly and then ending the spell, the bed frame is now blocking the door.
Awesome. Okay, I think I would feel a lot better with this now. Zai, you get some rest. I'm gonna send Bartimus outside to see if he can see what's...
Watch the shutters there, creaking.
Ah, yes.
I believe there's a hole in the roof you could probably send him out of.
Is there?
No. The barracks didn't have a hole in the ceiling. The warehouse did.
Okay. Wrong building.
Okay. Well, I will try to open the shutter just enough where Bartimus can fly out.
Make a stealth check.
17, wow.
Okay. Yeah, you open up one of the other shutters that's in, let's say, the back of the building that fit and so
Okay.
not facing towards the path. And
Okay.
Bartimus is easily able to get through the shutters, and then you close it behind him.
Okay. I'm gonna just for like the first part, like I'm gonna send him out, and then I'm gonna see through his eyes as he just does a circle around. And if there's nothing there, then I'll pop back in, and I'll do that again later if I hear anything.
Okay. Run that by me again, just because I didn't quite understand what you meant.
So like he's gonna immediately send Bartimus out to
Right.
do a circle around the area,
Okay.
and he's gonna transfer his consciousness so he can see through Bartimus.
Okay.
And he will do that again later if he hears like the footsteps or banging or something.
Gotcha. And how long are you going to be watching through Bartimus the first time?
The first time, maybe a matter of a minute or so, just enough time for him to just do a quick circle around.
Okay. Make a perception for Bartimus.
18.
Having Bartimus fly around above this central courtyard, it's pretty dark. For Bartimus to get a really good look, he kind of has to fly within...
He does have 120 feet dark vision.
Yes, he does. He does still have to fly within that 120-foot range of the ground
Right.
to actually see it.
Right.
But flying within that range, you're able to see a fair distance. Even from this high up, Bartimus can see that there are very faint footprints in the dirt that seem to be kind of walking in a very peculiar mixed pattern throughout this area. And the keep itself flies to the north, dark and foreboding.
Okay.
I
But
need you to
nothing-
make a stealth check for Bartimus, please.
Okay. Oh, that's not
Yeah,
supposed to
no
be advantage.
decision. What's the first one? 13. So
Yeah.
this is 16. Okay. And I need to make a roll.
And suddenly Bart shot out of the sky.
Oh, crap.
How much health does Bartimus have?
One.
A 1?
Oh, I don't even need to roll for that then. Okay.
Doesn't have AC though.
Yeah, he does have an AC.
It's like 10.
Oh yeah, that is true.
He's
That
got
is
an AC
true.
of 11.
So in that case, I'd need to roll against the AC. Thank you for reminding me, because I mixed the two rolls up. Does a 14 hit his AC?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're watching through Bartimus's vision as he's flying around taking this in. And Bartimus, and through him, your eyesight shifts over to the keep, and you can see it in the distance. Very, very faint, but somewhat outlined in the very dim moonlight. Being an owl and you being an elf, you're used to seeing in the dark a bit. You see a shadow in one of the arrow slits. Very, almost imperceptible, of one of the towers near you. The one that's in the front left, or southwest. You see a shadow flit across one of the arrow slits. And you see something fly out through the slit and come towards Bartimus. And before Bartimus really has a chance to react, there is an impact, a sharp jolt of pain through the connection, and then you lose the connection to Bartimus as he disappears.
Yeah, I think Eli, like, actually, like, because this is, I don't think he actually, like, has ever had this exact situation happen to where he was, like, seeing things through Bartimus, and then Bartimus gets, like, killed. So I think, like, when he snaps back to himself, he, like, jumps back. Ugh! Well, okay then. Oh.
Zai, I don't think you'd even be asleep yet.
Yeah, because he audibly
Did not-
makes, like, a noise.
Not if that was like the very first thing.
That was like
Eli
a
did.
minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump out of bed. What is it, Eli?
Something just shot Bartimus down.
Something?
It was from the keep. I saw a shadow and presumably an arrow. Some sort of projectile hit him. It's quite unnerving as I was seeing through Bartimus.
Looks like the keep still has defenses in place then.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make such a noise. Just go ahead, take your rest. I will. I'll call Bartimus back later when we have the time. I don't want to risk being out for an hour during a watch.
Okay.
I'll just have to rely on my own senses.
And I'll get back into bed. Start trying to sleep again.
Okay. You lay back in bed and are this time able to fall asleep within a relatively decent amount of time. Eli, what are you doing?
Okay, so I'm going to, because I'm still kind of not exactly sure how to use this wand and the glyph thing, so I'm going to run something by you.
Sure.
Gonna,
I was hoping you were gonna...
I just think, let me read the glyph thing again. Actually, you sent this to me in the Discord private message, right?
I did. What's so funny, Neil?
Nothing.
Okay, you can class glyph warding with the only...
I'm not delaying, Neil. Fuck off.
It's been an hour. We haven't started. We haven't started doing the thing we're supposed to be doing.
Okay, so
I told you I'd be surprised
so
if you got through
I can
this.
cast this glyph as long as it's a 3rd level spell or lower
Correct.
on whatever,
Correct.
and then I.
You set the trigger.
Okay, cool.
You set the trigger, and depending on how the spell is worded for targeting, it typically will target whatever triggers it.
Okay. So. Okay.
What are you doing, Eli?
All right, so I think I'm gonna try to put a glyph on the... Okay, so I'm gonna go... So there's a door that is... Or is there a door that is still, like, we're inside the building, but it's, like, blocking... Like, it transitions from the like, the room that we're in to somewhere else in the barracks?
There is the main entryway, okay.
Mhm.
There's the main, like, the reception room, which is where you have the bed positioned to block the front door.
Okay.
There is an archway with no door itself, just, like, a doorway leading into the barracks proper, which is where you guys are.
Because I would need to have the glyph on the outside of the door.
Not necessarily, depending what you're trying to make it do.
Essentially, I want to put a glyph of shatter on either the door or maybe like a glyph on the floor, to where if something crossed over it, the glyph would activate, and then...
You mean like the door when it opens?
Yeah.
Pick one. You have to tell me.
I mean, I would prefer it to be the door.
If that's what you want to do, then tell me you do it.
Okay.
I'm not telling you how to play your character.
I want it, so I'm going to put a glyph of shatter
Okay.
on the door. So if the door opens from... I guess that will... So yeah, if something forces the door open, then the glyph goes off. Now, am I able to... I want to make sure that if I can exclude people from this.
I don't think you can with glyphs.
I am pretty sure you can, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
You can further refine the trigger so the spell activates only under certain circumstances or according to physical characteristics, such as height or weight, creature kind, for example, the ward could be set to affect aberrations or drow, or alignment. You can also set conditions for creatures that don't trigger the glyph, such as those who say a certain password.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that then.
Okay, what are the trigger specifics? This is very important.
The trigger specifics are going to be if anyone other than myself, Faith, Zai, and Ilo open the door, then the spell will go off.
Anyone other than the party.
Right. If anyone else tries to open that door, then a shatter spell is going off.
And what level is the shatter spell at?
It is a level 2 spell. I will pop it into the chat because that uses the spell slot, right?
Correct. It stores the spell, so it uses the spell slot for later.
Okay, so I pop that in there. Oh, that's gonna be 14 thunder damage.
Okay, well, the damage we roll when it's triggered, but
okay,
good to know the details.
It just kind of automatically puts it in there.
Okay, got it.
Cool.
And what are you doing after that then? So, to describe it, you walk up to the door and you pull out this wand, and you can feel the power in your hand wielding it. It feels like an extension of yourself. And you begin muttering the incantation and weaving your offhand in the intricacies of the spell as you take the wand and almost subconsciously know what to do, and begin gently dragging the tip of the wand along the door in this intricate pattern of swirls and arcane glyphs and runes that you instinctively know but don't quite understand. And after casting the spell, you watch as this faint glimmer of this rune, or this glyph, begins to fade into the doorway itself. There is seemingly no trace of it left on the door.
Eli just kind of looks at the wand. That's quite remarkable. And then he'll slide it back into his cane.
Okay. What are you doing then? Going back to sit down, or what would you like to do? You've got 2 hours.
Yeah, he's just gonna sit down, maybe have a book out. Pretty much, he just wants to sit here, be alert, and see if he sees or hears anything.
Make a perception.
Perception. 22. God, I'm on fire tonight.
Okay. About an hour into your watch, off in the distance, you can hear what sounds like And behind it, you hear... And behind that, you hear...
Oh, fuck.
And behind that, you hear... And behind that one, you hear...
Oh, boy. Can I peek out the window?
Make a stealth check.
Oh, there. That's a 4.
You open up the shutter facing the front and peek out, and as you open it, you again hear very similar to you didn't hear before.
Yeah.
Similar to
I
what Zai
told you
did.
a squeaky.
It swings open and the 5 sets of footsteps that you hear, you can see maybe about the 60 feet away that you can see in the dark. There is what appears to be 5 humanoid-looking figures with rotting flesh, teeth that are just kind of sticking out at odd angles, no lips at all, eyes that are sunken in, lacking the eyeballs themselves, nothing but black holes, hair kind of attached in bits and pieces, hanging off in clumps. You can see nasty mottled grayish skin attached at certain points. Some of them, half of their cheeks are just ripped off. You can see bits of flesh still clinging to it with teeth poking through the skin at parts. You can see rib cages that are snapped and broken at odd angles. One of them, you see what looks to be a blade halfway sticking out of its chest.
Yeah,
And they simultaneously, all 5, kind of and look in your direction.
Oh, boy.
And you see them begin to pick up the pace and start at a very
Yeah, he
frantic pace
slams the
shuffling
door
towards
shut.
you.
Yeah, he
You-
slams the door shut and like he starts to go like wake everyone up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. We have to They're coming. We have guests. Wake up. He's like
Okay.
tapping people with the handle of his cane.
Face kind of just said, yeah, what?
No,
what?
not 5 more minutes.
Oh.
Need to get up. There are zombies coming.
Okay, 10 more minutes. All right.
No.
Oh, zombies? What?
Yes. They are undead. There's 5 of them coming for us.
Do I have time to put on my armor?
You might. I can help you. But you need to go quick.
It takes like 10 minutes, right?
Well, I have a
She wears
glyph.
heavy armor, which is 15. So with Eli helping, it'll take maybe like 8 minutes.
We might as well try. The door is barred, and if the door opens, I have a glyph that's put on there. It might buy us some time, but for 5 of them, I
Okay.
don't know. Well,
Uh,
any armor is better than no armor. Let's go.
And what are you guys doing?
I'm holding my knives and waiting.
Where?
We probably should stand away from the door. Just
Okay.
FYI.
Where are you waiting?
Away from the door, and I'm gonna get a hand axe out.
Okay. How far away from the door? Where in this big room? Like all the way in the back? Are you guys standing like flanking the door, like the archway itself?
You need to at least be at least 10 feet away from the door.
I want to stand 15 feet away from the door.
Okay.
Prepare an action, throw a hand axe if a zombie comes in.
All right.
Prepared action. Cloud of daggers on the door if anyone comes in.
Okay.
Ooh, that's good.
In the case of that, the only issue is that when you prepare a spell, it gets used if it's not used within 6 seconds.
Well, I'll wait until they open the door then. I mean, I'm just holding my action until that happens, basically.
I think you mean to say you're readying an action.
Well, no, that's the
Yeah.
thing. If you're readying an action that is a spell, it uses the spell slot whether or not it is triggered, and it only lasts for 6 seconds preparing or readying an action.
I wait until they open the door, and then I'm gonna do something. It is a spell. But I'm not going to cast it until the door opens.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it, because it makes sense, because you're going to be waiting anyways. Alright. Eli, what you doing?
I'm mage handing and like I'm actually physically helping and using the mage to like get this armor onto her as quickly as possible.
Okay. Alright. Faith is currently trying to get on the armor as well. About 30 seconds after you give this warning, you all hear a boom, boom, boom. And you can see the door, like, just kind of peeking around the frame of the archway. You can see the door, like, buckling and shaking and jarring against the bed frame. You can see the bed, like, jerking with the impact. The door hasn't opened just yet. A few minutes of constant banging. It seems like the banging begins to lessen. You still hear like boom, 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 boom. And then I need everybody to roll initiative.
What? Okay. Let's see, for me that is intelligence 10.
18.
Okay, so Zai got an 18. Eli got a 10. Ilo got a 13. And Faith got a 13. And Maziz over here. Come here. Wow, not great.
Zombies, what did you expect?
And what's there? Oh. Okay. They have an initiative of 0.
Yeah.
Yay!
Roll the 2, minus 2.
How much sleep have I gotten? Do
Not
I
a
even
long
have
rest.
spell slots?
You've gotten like 2.5 hours of sleep, so you have not gotten the full rest yet.
And you don't get any spell slots until full rest?
Correct.
Okay.
Not unless you are a class that gets them back on a short rest.
I have no idea if I even know.
You're not. Bards get them
Oh.
back on a long rest.
Does my watch count as a short rest? Because all I did was sit at the door.
Yep.
Sweet. Okay. I'm gonna spend a hit die while I take a rest.
Okay.
I'll spend all 3 just to make sure, and then I don't have to bother to roll them.
Sure. Alright, so... Let me... Set an order. Whoops. So, as you're all bracing yourselves, waiting, the door is still being impacted on, and the shutter that you had looked out, as well as 2 others that are along that same wall, smash inward in a shower of splinters of wood. And standing in 3 of those shutters, you see zombies that just... Zai, it is your go. Your ready to action didn't take effect since they didn't go through the door.
Right.
It is your turn. There are 3 zombies that are currently about to climb it through the windows.
Are all 3 windows in front of me, or any behind me?
They are facing the path.
Okay, so they're all like coming from the front.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna pull out my glaive necklace thing. Use the word. Have glaive in my hand now.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna stand 10 feet away from a window.
Which one?
And I don't know. What windows are there?
There are 3, 1, 2, and 3 going from the door left to right.
There's 1, sure.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck. They're coming through the windows and not the door.
Well, there's you still hear banging on the door,
Okay.
but there are 3 more that have gone through the shutters.
I would like to
Okay.
position myself so I'm more than 10 feet away from the door.
Yeah, you're not going to be directly near the door. The window is spaced away from that area a bit. All right, so take your attack roll.
19 for 13.
Ooh.
That will
Nice.
absolutely do it. Okay.
Is
You-
it still standing there?
Oh, absolutely.
In that case, action surge.
Yeah. Do hit again.
12 for 11.
Okay. All right. How do you kill the first zombie popping through the window?
Oh, nice.
As it sticks its head in to try to crawl through, I just want to decapitate it.
And that you do, very swift and deftly, just whoop, and you watch the head just boom, and fall on the door, or fall on the floor in front of you. Kind of just rolls around, just kind of.
Okay, took care of that one. You guys take care of the rest. And that's my
Ilo.
turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to the window
Which one?
to a zombie. How many are in the one that has a dead one in it already?
There are 3 windows, 1, 2, and 3. Zai just decapitated the one that was at 1.
Mm-hmm.
There's now a zombie at 2 and 3. And then you hear something banging at the door.
I'll just go to 2, window 2. And I use the dagger thing to do enlarging. And then I'm going to hit them.
Cool.
In 1 second. That's one.
So, I have to do a little bit of describing here because that's the first time you've used the ability.
Mm-hmm.
So, you take out this magic dagger and channel this essence into your body. You can feel it already bonded with you. The power coursing through the dagger seems to resonate with you in a very odd way. And you let that power flow in, and you feel yourself beginning to grow. You feel stronger, bigger. Your eye line keeps going up and up. For those of you who are able to see, you watch as Ilo goes from being a small little kobold creature, growing bigger and bigger, the dagger in his hand getting bigger as it turns into this full-scale sword. And standing before you is what appears to be an ivory dragonborn-looking creature.
Well.
With a lot of very oversized kitchen knives.
Oh, man.
The kitchen knives did not scale with you, just the main one that you have, the magic one.
Okay. I'll have to look at the spell and figure it out because the spell says
Oh,
that
the
all of-
target's weapons also grow to match its size. Never mind. Yes, they did. They are
Giant kitchen
larger
knives.
kitchen knives. They are now butcher knives.
So, yeah, one of those hits was only an 8 to hit, though. The one was an 18.
And you are stabbing?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to expend the Bardic Inspiration. Oh,
Which one?
I'm trying to expend it. Bardic Inspiration to do a Blade Flourish.
Oh, those ones.
Yep, so I roll a d6. I don't know how to roll that.
Your walking
Let's roll it.
speed, blah blah blah, and if an attack that you make
Slash.
as part of this action hits a creature, you can use... which one are you using? The Slashing Flourish?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't really need to use. There's no zombie that's next to it, is there?
No. Which one? Which
Yeah.
flourish are you using then?
I will use the. I'll do the defensive one.
Expend when should cause a weapon to deal extra damage. Damage equals... You also add the number rolled to your AC until the start of your next turn. Okay.
Yes. And I rolled a 6.
Cool. Right, and hang on, because I need to make sure...
The equivalent of wearing full chain armor.
Okay, so
it's 13 damage. And then I'm going to use my daily thing of that, which adds 3. That useless. Fury of the Small. 3 damage one time.
well, the second one hits.
Does the
Zombies-
8 really hit?
Zombies do not have a great AC.
Yeah, they have negative dex and lowest AC.
So the 6 only happens on one of those. So the first one is the 13 damage, and then the second one is... The second attack is just the 8.
Yep.
And then the 3... I lost track already of the number. Damn it.
Oh, that was 8 damage, so that brings it down.
So you have
And then-
13, 8, and then extra 3 on one of those.
And your
Yeah.
Blade Flourish did an extra 6 damage. Plus... plus an extra 3. Okay.
It's
In that
24
case-
total. Damn, that's a lot.
Do the damage.
How do you kill the zombie?
Ooh.
They're not rolling
stick,
great con saves.
I stick that dragon scale dagger right into that empty eye socket and just wiggle it around. Very unceremoniously.
You do that, and this blade just stabs in and gushes around in the skull cavity of this creature, and it just kind of and then slumps to the ground, like half hanging in the windowsill, so like its upper torso is dangling in the room and the other half is like out the back, and it is unmoving. Anything else?
That is it.
Nice. Faith is like wearing half of her armor and is just like, there's no time, let's go. And
Okay, fine.
she turns around.
Just remember, stay away from the door.
Right, got it. Okay. And she is going to cast... Oh, God. Spellcasters. No, you know what? Fuck it. Because it's not her style. She is going to run to the one that's at the third window, and she's just going to take, like, a running sweep with her hammer at this thing's skull. Alright. She slams it upside the head with her hammer, and there's just like... And it turns back and just kind of... You rolled very poorly on her damage.
Come on, Fish, you're falling behind.
Get up, I'm working on it! Eli.
Okay. So what's the zombie situation now?
There is one zombie visible in the third window where Faith is.
Okay.
And there is a banging at the door.
Okay. I don't think there's really anything that I want to do at this point. I don't want to waste magic missile right now.
Fireball.
Yeah, actually, I will do. Yeah. So I want to use firebolt first of all.
Okay.
Can't trip it to
Oh.
death.
I will pop that. Nice. God damn it.
All right. You hit it with a little tuft of fire. Just kind of a...
Burns its little bit of hair off.
Yep, what little hair it had left attached to its rotting head
Right.
just singes off, and it looks hurt.
Okay. So one of these other beds, I want to move over and so I can get a little bit of cover, and just kind of crouch down behind one of these beds.
All right.
And,
Easy enough to
that'll
do.
be-
There are beds aplenty for you to hide behind.
Yeah. And that'll be it for me.
Okay. Zombie's turn. There is a loud boom, and you hear the front door open. Just a little bit. You hear kind of like that scraping as the bed frame scrapes along the ground. And then you hear boom.
Yes.
I need you to roll damage, please.
This
Click the
will-
spell, because I need to see what the save is.
It was a DC 13 Constitution, 3d8 thunder damage.
3.
3d8. 11 points of thunder damage.
And what's the save? Con save?
Yeah, con of 13.
Wow. Dice Bard, I am putting you away. I am sorry, friend, but holy shit. Get out of here.
See, a creature made of inorganic material, stone, crystal, metal, blah, blah, blah.
I'm aware of how this spell works. At least the fun parts.
Yeah.
There is a loud boom from the front door. You watch as splinters of wood come flying through the air throughout the room. You watch as part of the archway that leads into the room you're in is splintered and damaged. It seems like part of the frame kind of buckled inward into the room you guys are in. And you hear the zombie in the doorway kind of like, and then it shuffles its way into the room and
Okay.
just kind of walks through the doorway. You see giant slivers of wood from the door itself sticking into the creature in different parts of its body, and it kind of shuffles in, and it's not able to get to anybody, but it's kind of
God.
now just standing in the center of this room.
I'm guessing it blew up the bed as well.
The bed frame is gone, the door is gone, and part of the door, the archway frame.
Right.
So the room you're
Arch.
in is broken in.
Would this be considered an extremely loud noise?
Oh,
It is.
I'm gonna roll a con save.
Oh no.
I was about to ask you.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm good.
it's a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense.
You are good, Zai. You are able to somehow cover your ears in time.
Oops. Maybe I should have warned you about that part.
The
I could've heard
zombie
Eli.
in front of Faith just kind of like takes a fist and just slams it at her partially armored body. That is a 14. Being that she's only wearing a portion of her armor, I'm gonna say, yeah, that hits. Okay. Ooh, that's bad. Okay. You see the zombie rear back and just slam one of its fists into the side of Faith's head. And you watch her head kind of snap to the side, and she's like, ow! Fuck you! That's not very nice!
I wish I could hit as hard as you.
And you see a big cut across her cheek, and there's blood coming out of it. She's still standing. That didn't look pleasant, though. Eli,
Uh-huh.
you are hiding behind one of these bed frames, and you hear a crack as the window that's near you,
What the
behind
fuck?
you, swings inward in a shatter of splinters, and you see a zombie basically standing like right above you, like it's like sticking into the room through this open
What the
archway.
fuck?
Make a stealth check for me.
Make a what?
Stealth.
Oh, is we good?
Yeah, there were 5 zombies. You only
fucking
encountered
crit
4.
20! That's a 22!
You are so lucky. Because I rolled a natural 20, but they have a -2.
Yeah. I rolled a nat 20 with a +2.
So this zombie slams the shutters inward in a shower of splinters, and you like shrink down into this small little ball behind the bed.
Oh my god.
The zombie coming in right above your head, looking into the room. There's like decrepit flesh and bits of like saliva dripping off of it onto your head. Like very like Jurassic Park style, like with the raptor, where it's like the head right here. And you're just like, don't see me, don't see me, don't see me, don't see me. And it doesn't seem to notice you as it just kind of leans in.
Fuck. Okay.
And that is all it can do.
I think Eli's just doing like, he's like,
Zai,
hand over mouth.
there are 3 zombies.
Okay. One in the window with Faith, another one in front of Faith, and then one over Eli, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it doesn't seem like Eli isn't too much trouble. He's doing a good job hiding over there.
No.
Faith, on the other hand, has 2 she's dealing with, so
1.
I'm gonna... There's one in the window and one right next to her, right?
No, it's not next to you. If anything, the zombie that came through the door is like 10 feet away from you. Because you were by window 1, which is by the door. Or closer to the door.
Well, if there's one 10 feet away from me, I'm just gonna hit it. It's within my range, so I don't have to do anything. And good. 18 for 10.
Okay. That hits.
Then I'm going to activate my weapon rune.
Vind, when a creature hits you with a melee attack... It didn't hit you.
I know, but now it's active.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
As a bonus action, I activate that.
Okay. It doesn't fucking matter for now, but if you can, edit those to show how many rounds it lasts for.
3.
Okay.
2.
Just in the future, edit it and put in somewhere the duration, so I know.
Okay.
Cool. Anything else? What does this look like, you activating this rune?
Just a series of lines that have been engraved into my glaive just start glowing with a pale light that shines out, and the whole weapon starts glowing.
I like it. That sounds cool. Alright. Isla.
Wow. So the nearest thing to me is the situation with Eli?
Nearest to you, yes.
Okay.
I would say the one that's by Eli and the one that's by in front of Faith are both about equidistant.
Okay. I'm going to stab that one above Eli twice. 2 times.
Alright, you run over and start stabbing.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, got that fucking crit.
Why did it... Well, it probably doesn't do that second damage on the D4. Because that's for enlarge.
What do you mean?
You see how it added another D4 to the crit?
Yeah.
The D4 is only there because of enlarge, and that doesn't get doubled too, does it?
It does.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
all damage dice. Good.
Okay.
21? Is that what I'm getting?
Let's see. So you're attacking the one
Yeah,
above
21 total.
Eli. Alright, so hang on, because I have to divide it up because it matters. 7 plus 4, so that's 11 damage. Okay. And then the second one is 10 damage. Okay. You stab this zombie repeatedly with your daggers.
Woo.
It is very, very messed up.
I
There are
imagine.
bits of flesh dangling off. I'm gonna say you like stab into this thing and like bits of like the flesh on his cheek like get ripped off and drop onto Eli's
and Eli's
head.
just covered in gore.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like,
There's
Oh,
gore,
I'm like-
viscera just dripping down onto Eli. It's just, oh, it's disgusting. It smells,
Oh, man.
the smell of rotten decay.
don't worry, I've got you.
He's still like sitting there with his hands like
You're welcome.
over his mouth, but now his eye, like you can tell he's not happy. He is very unhappy with this whole situation.
Anything else, Ilo?
No. That's it.
Okay. Faith is going to take her hammer and attempt to slam the zombie in front of her again with her giant fucking hammer. Wow.
Hey.
That's a lot better. Okay, she slams it up into the jaw, and you hear a loud crack as the jaw like splits in half. And you see teeth flying everywhere. Still alive though.
The fuck?
All right. Eli.
Alright, so this zombie is still above me, right?
Like 2 feet above your head.
Yeah. Okay. Man. Okay. I'm just gonna firebolt it.
All right.
I just point. Oh man, this doesn't kill it though.
You are gonna have disadvantage because you are casting a spell in melee range.
Oh fuck. Oh damn, that sucks. All right, I'm just gonna sit there quietly. Actually, I can do magic missile on different targets, can't I?
Yeah, you can target each missile at individual targets.
Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll use magic missile on this guy
Okay.
for 1 bolt.
Okay.
Okay, how many zombies are there left that I see?
3.
3. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna use a bolt on each of them,
Okay. Roll the
and
damage
I
for each.
will change it to radiant damage.
And tell me which one is which.
The first will be the one above me. The second will be the one for Faith, and the third one is whichever that one is.
The one by Zai. Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay, radiant. Oh. Ooh.
What?
I can do that. I'm gonna pop that as a 2nd level spell. It pops a little pop up every time, so I'm gonna do that as a 2nd level spell.
All right. Where's the last dart going? Eli.
What?
Where 4th one going?
Oh, the 4th one will go to So if the first bolt doesn't kill this one in front of me, it's gonna be like dink, 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 and then depending on who's standing, it'll go to that one.
They have to be cast simultaneously.
Oh, that's right. Okay. It'll be 2 for the guy in front of me.
Okay, so the two to the guy above you.
Mm-hmm.
And then where are the other 2?
Then, the first 2 for the one in front of me, and then it'll
One
go
at the
Faith
other
and then
2.
Zai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so
So
just roll a d4 plus 1 for each one, because that first roll you did added an extra d4 for some stupid reason.
Huh. Okay. Okay, so you
For
want
the,
me to do
for
what
the
now?
sake of expedience, roll 2 more d4s.
Okay.
And then I will take care of the maths.
Ah, fuck you. There we go.
All right. So the first two were a 2 and a 4, so that's 3 and 5. Okay. And this is radiant damage?
Yeah.
Very nice. And then the last
Yes, sweet,
ones
sweet
were
radiant.
3 damage each. Alright, you send out these radiant missiles. The first two impact the one above you in the jaw, and it just kind of drops lifeless, dangling on your head. Just kind of
Awesome.
like, it like slumps down halfway in the frame, its head like leaning against yours, just kind of... Two more missiles fly out and impact the other two, one in the face, one in the back. The damage hits, but they're still alive.
Okay. He's just like kind of push this thing off of him.
Alright, anything else?
Mm-mm.
Alright, zombie turn. So, there are 2 zombies left. The first one is going to take a swing at Faith. That horridly misses. And Zai, the other one, is going to approach you and attempt to slam you. And horribly miss. Jesus Christ. My own dice hate me. It's not even just roll 20 anymore. I need to get new dice. Alright. Well, fuck my life. And Zai, you get to make a reaction attack should you wish.
Is it moving away from me?
No, you evaded your rune.
That's only if it hits me.
Oh, only if it hits you. Oh. Really? I thought it was just if it attacked you.
No.
Oh, when a
Hits you
creature
with a
hits you
melee
with an attack. Oh, alright. Never mind then. Yeah, that's all it's go then. It's your turn anyways.
And so I'm gonna hit it with a melee attack. No, I'm not.
Alright, hold on a second. That misses. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, proper D20, one of the OG ones I've had. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a step back.
Okay. You take your glaive and swing it down at this creature, and it hits it in the shoulder, but it just kind of, like, impacts it, and the zombie just kind of stands there not caring. Like,
Onyx, if you roll a 1 or a 2, that's the only way you don't hit these. Just so
know.
that you know
I
your
know.
odds.
Yeah.
And you're failing.
And you
I'm gonna take a
are...
step backwards.
Okay, so it is going to get an opportunity attack against you.
Yes.
That's better. That's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Where'd you go? There it is. That is 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Sweet, I'm gonna hit it.
Alright.
16 for 9.
For 9, and that's the one that's engaged with you. Okay. So, this actually matters. So 15. And then you hit it, and it looks like you killed it. And then it kind of just, like,
Doesn't die.
stands back up and doesn't die.
Oh,
Kill it with light.
motherfucker.
I like how I provoked an opportunity attack so I could hit it again.
Ilo.
Okay.
2 left. 1 by Faith, 1 by Zai.
Who is by who? Where is Kyle at? Which one is he helping with?
Eli is currently
Maybe
right
then.
next to you, pushing away a dead zombie that was near his head.
Okay, so he's not on either of these two yet, either.
No. He attacked both of them, but that was about it.
I am going to move over to where... I'm going to move to where Zai is,
Okay.
but my action is going to be casting Dissonant Whispers at the one by Faith for 10 damage. He just does that terrible, terrible metal on metal noise with his knives.
Oh,
And, like,
God, why?
Magically amplifies that in the zombie's head. It has to make a saving throw.
Yes, it does. And horribly fails. And that's the one by Faith?
Yes, and then my movement was towards the one by Zai.
How do you kill it?
Oh.
Because it doesn't get the chance to run away. It dies.
It's like a little mini shatter, but just right there.
Just in its
just
right
the
head.
In its head. Yeah, and the bones just fracture, kind of like the wood did in the house.
I like it. You start grinding the metal together, and this zombie fighting Faith just kind of and grabs his head, and then you just see that skull kind of like and fall into bone shards on the ground.
Okay,
and Faith goes, "Hey, I had that one. It was mine."
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
That's my turn.
All right. Faith, being across the room, is going to she's gonna run over and attempt to beat the shit out of the one currently engaged with you guys. No, she's not. Never mind. She runs over to slam you and then trips on like one of the straps of her armor, and she like stumbles and has to catch herself, and like the hammer kind of just like whiffs through the air, and she's like, "I meant to do that." Eli.
Okay, so there's which zombie? Is
One
left?
zombie left, and it is by Zai.
Okay. Oh goodness, this is getting ridiculous. Oh, I did not mark that spell slot. Hold
And Ilo insight something.
Whether she meant to do that.
You're not sure.
Strange.
You're doing magic missile first level?
Yep.
As what kind of damage?
Radiant.
Okay, it's dead.
4,
It's
7,
dead.
and 5. Yeah.
You had 1 HP.
Yo.
It did have 1 HP. All right. The last zombie falls to the ground lifeless. And you're all standing there kind of like... you taking a moment to catch your breath, look to the door, and realize there is none.
Start throwing zombies out the now entryway more than a door.
Okay. There's a pile of zombie corpses now in front of the building.
And I get in bed and go back to sleep.
Oh my god. Eli is just like picking himself off the ground, covered in gore. And then prestidigitation. I just.
Okay. Eli, make me... Because you're probably the only one here that would recognize it.
Okay.
Make me a history check.
23.
As you're collecting yourself and kind of like shaking off this gore and looking at these horrid zombies as Zai picks up each body and like chucks it in front of the doorway, you notice that what clothing these zombies have left on their bodies, a lot of them appear to be like very simple servant attire, like very simple colors, with like one zombie will have like what looks like a little fancy bow tie, but it's like been ripped to shreds. They appear to be wearing very regal looking black and whites. You notice one of them even has the remnants of like a handkerchief that's like sticking out of like a pocket.
It's like so it sort of appears that this was some kind of service staff. Look at their clothing. Or maybe not even service staff. Maybe. I mean, does it look like a service staff, or does it look like more like royalty, like noble type?
Looks like royal servants.
Okay. It looks like, well, it looks like a service staff, or used to be a service staff.
You see Faith like halfway through taking off her armor again. She's like, whatever, boring. I want to go back to sleep. There are a bunch of dead things now.
Well, yes. I don't really know what to make of this right now.
Jackie, where presumably royalty lives, everything's undead. It kind of stands to reason that there'd be serving staff there, and that they're also undead.
Right.
Doesn't seem too surprising to me.
Ilo's normal size now.
Ilo shrinks back to kobold.
That was fun.
It was quite remarkable. Well, I suppose we should wrap up and hope that that's the only attack will occur tonight.
Alright. Make a perception check for me, Eli, since it's still your watch.
22.
Okay. You taking your watch for the next hour and a half or so. You don't hear anything out of the ordinary. There doesn't appear to be any more commotion outside.
Okay. So I will go and wake up. Is it Ilo or Faith or whoever is
Pick
next?
one.
Probably.
I'm sorry.
Well, it depends. We're probably not gonna have like a nice breakfast, so you can just do whoever.
Yeah, wake up whoever.
I will wake up Ilo first.
Okay.
And well, there's not really a door for me to cast another glyph on, so can't really do that again.
You can put it on the floor.
Actually, I need to look. And
Well,
see if I
they'll
can do
just
that
get in the windows or whatever. So, I mean, now that
once a day.
this is all just open air, I can see if things are coming. So,
All right.
that's as good as anything, I'd say.
Very well. I will be over here. I will be in my trance if you need something.
Okay.
Actually, Eli's gonna stay up for an hour with Ilo to cast Find Familiar.
Okay. You get Bartimus back.
Yeah. Boop.
I don't need you to cast that.
My perception check is 13.
Okay. You take your watch as Eli is going through the ritual to summon back Bartimus. Watching the door, or doorway, there does not appear to be any more movement or activity. It seems pretty still and quiet. There's no chitter of any creatures or any insects to be heard. It's a very quiet area.
Okay. Yep, when my watch is over, I'll wake Faith up
Okay.
and then take another power sleep.
Faith
nap.
rolls over and is going, yeah, 5 more minutes.
I press the digitize. Just something very nasty in her mouth. The P. I'll do the P.
You do what now?
The P. The boar P. From like...
She sits up and she goes, and like spits right into your face. Like, that was disgusting.
And then I stop. I stop the spell.
That's funny.
You're up though. Way it worked.
Fine.
From across the room, you hear a small chuckle from Eli.
She takes her watch. And again, you are none of you are awoken as the night goes by. Morning comes around. Faith wakes all of you up from your slumbers. The room is beginning to smell of death and decay, as the odor of the rotting bodies in the in the doorway kind of wafts into the room. What are you guys doing?
Guess we should get back to exploring.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, where are you guys headed?
Start heading back to the keep. Stepping over the tripwire.
Right. You make your way back into the central courtyard. There are the 3 trees, as mentioned, and the Great Hall ahead of you. Where are you
Should
guys
we
going?
go in the front door?
Yeah? I don't know any other way to get in.
Okay.
Like when we get up to the front door, here, let us help. Faith, did you remember to prepare the spell I told you about?
Yes, I'd have it.
Okay. So I can cast it on myself and another, and you do the same.
You're talking about protection from evil and good, right?
Precisely.
It's a concentration spell. And it only lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh, fucking fuck. That's right.
So I can do it on one person, but it's only going to last for 10 minutes, and I mean...
Right.
Save
know.
it until something bad.
Well, considering that something bad happened the last time we walked through the doors.
Well, if it happens again, then you can cast it.
Here's a plan. Cast it and we'll do as much as we can in 10 minutes. We'll just run.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna cast on Ilo.
Okay. So for the next 10 minutes, Ilo has a protection from evil and good on him. I'm not going to use my spell slot yet, because if we need healing later, then it's going to be a waste.
Yeah, that works for me.
And if you go running off again, I'll just stop you.
Okay.
You
Says
can
so.
fucking try.
Okay.
Alright.
And Eli will open the door.
You all open the door and step inside the familiar Great Hall. To give you a quick reintroduction, a massive entryway with a dust and cobweb-covered chandelier high in the center of the room. In the back right and left, hugging the walls, is a grand stairway going up to the second floor. There are 2 great doors, one on the outside and then one straight ahead of you. There are also 2 more doors to your immediate left and your immediate right, which we have on this lovely map here done by Onyx.
It's beautiful.
As you all step in, there's no get out or anything like that. You just feel a chill air kind of swirl through the keep. Very akin to what you felt last time you were in here. Sending the hair on your arms and back of your neck standing on end, or scales, as it were. What would you like to do?
Okay, let's go through that left room first. May as well.
10 minutes, run!
We go to the left-hand door.
Left-hand door. Okay. That is F. There we go. Stepping in, you find yourself in a very long rectangular room. Originally intended to be used for meals being served to the ruler of the keep, their family, and their guests, this appears to be a dining hall. A long wooden table, still in somewhat decent condition, spans most of the length of the room. The table has chairs and various forms of disrepair surrounding it. In total, it appears this arrangement could seat roughly 20 people, with one person sitting at the head of each end. On the table, you notice that there are a few scattered platters of silver, wooden carrying trays, a little bit of cutlery still left remaining. There are several goblets that are strewn about, spilled over, covered in dust and cobwebs. There is 3 windows to the south that appear to be facing outward into the courtyard that you came into. As well as a separate set of 2 doors that are to the north, on the northern wall.
Is it long up and down or long left and right?
Long left and right.
That's unfortunate.
Our map is not big enough. So the 2 doors, there's 2 separate sets of doors to the north.
On the north side, there are 2 doors next to each other.
Like double doors or 2 different places?
Servants' doors. Like, if you ever go to a restaurant, how there's, like, 2 doors next to each other that swing?
So double doors, okay.
Yeah. One's supposed to go in, one's supposed to go out, sort of stuff.
Right, okay.
So if, like, there are servants rushing to and fro, one can pass through one side, and someone coming out goes through the other.
Right, okay. Cool.
Okay.
Let me give it
Those doors, I guess.
I'll do just a quick perception check to see if there's anything of note in here.
Investigation.
Wow. Investigation?
Yep. Since you are looking for finer details.
God damn it. Alright, well, never mind.
Wow. I'm surprised. I would have thought that would have been the higher one.
Yeah, well, except Roll20 does not like me.
Nope.
Proficient things. Oh, you get a crit on your stealth check, but fuck your investigation and arcana and religion and history checks.
Exactly. Looking around, there doesn't appear to be that much. The cutlery and the tableware and whatnot looks like it's somewhat valuable. Very poor quality after however long it's been sitting around. But that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, let's go through those doors.
You're going through the doors on the north?
Yep.
Alright. That is G.
We got 10 minutes of the spell.
Yep.
Gotta go.
Probably a bigger map.
It only takes you like a minute going through this dining hall.
Yeah.
Gee, okay. This appears to be the kitchen. The area where the meals were prepared for each day for the ruler and their family. On the left side wall are several stone ovens with storage beneath them for wood, along with counters, shelves, and wash basins, along with hooks holding a few leftover pots and pans. In the center of the room is an island with cutting boards spread around it for the chefs and servants to cut, chop, and prepare meals. There is a doorway on your immediate right, and there is a doorway across the room on the northern wall. And this is roughly as wide as the dining hall that you were just in.
Right.
Or rather, I should... Not quite as wide as the dining room. There is a bit of space.
Does this appear to be like a quote-unquote fully stocked kitchen, like as far as equipment goes? Obviously in disrepair at this point, but...
To help you here, Onyx, it's more like this.
Okay.
And what was that again?
Does it look like, in its prime, it was a fully stocked and functioning kitchen?
Oh, absolutely. This is probably
Okay.
the biggest kitchen you've seen since the college's kitchen.
Ilo, I think
This was-
I have,
Sorry.
Ilo, I think we found your, your domain here.
There's so much room.
I know. But we'll worry about that later. We must press on.
Okay, go.
Where are you guys going?
North.
Yeah.
North?
North.
Okay. That one is I. Going through the north door, you find yourself in a very long hallway that leads further down. On your right-hand side, there is what appears to be 8 doorways lining the wall. All of them not very far apart, maybe 5 to 7 feet separated. On the left-hand side, there is another 8 doors, again spanning roughly the same length all the way to the end of the hallway.
I need a bigger map.
Bigger map?
I can't fit 8 doorways on this.
I gotcha. Alright. Let me...
2,000 squares tall. 8,000 squares.
999999999.
What is this? A map for ants?
There you go.
Oh dear.
The hallway at the end then turns right. Straight ahead at the end of the hallway, you can see what appears to be a door as well on the far end.
Okay.
So 7 doors on the right, 8 on the left. Hallway going straight down before turning right. At the end, there is a door as well.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to waste time going through all these doors.
6.
Hmm.
7.
Maybe just like peek in like a door or two just to see what's in there. Maybe not even like go in and just like open the door and because I imagine they're gonna be like either like I imagine this is gonna be like the servant quarters.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Which side?
I'll start on the right side. I'll just pop open this first door right here.
Okay. Opening the first door on the right, you see that it is a fairly small room in size. The room has a single twin-size bed, a small wooden chest at the foot of the bed, and what appears to be a broken ceramic chamber pot in the corner of the room.
Cool. I believe this is the servant. I don't think we need to waste time here. We can always go back once everyone is here and clear out anything and potentially find anything that's of use.
We should just kick open all the doors on our way through the hallway just to be sure they're all clear.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea to me.
Okay.
That's fine with me. Yes, let's do that.
I'll
Okay.
do the right sides, and you two to do the left sides. And just
Very
with
well.
mage hand, I'll open all the doors
Yeah.
as we walk on the right, and I'm assuming they're getting the left.
Yeah, I'm essentially doing the same thing.
Okay. So the two of you are opening the doors on the left and right side using Mage Hand?
Yeah.
Okay. Opening up each of the rooms and kind of just quickly getting a glance into each one, they appear to be very similar in design. All of them just very small rectangular rooms with a bed, a chest, and a chamber pot. Seems like these were probably the servants' quarters. As you guys start getting towards the end of the hallway, Zai and Faith in this case, since you two were not directly engaged in dealing with opening these doors and looking in each one, give me a perception check. Faith doesn't see anything. Zai, as you're just kind of following along behind the group as they're going from door to door, you hear kind of oh, behind you. Just a oh.
What?
I want to look at it.
You turn around and back towards, like, near the kitchen where you guys first came in, there appears to be a floating ball of light in a very, very warm, like, orangish red color. And it's kind of just floating in the air, kind of, like, weaving about.
I want to wave at it.
It kind of lets out, like, a pulse of light and then floats up in the air, like, in a very elated manner.
How far away is it?
From where you guys are, you're about like halfway down this hallway, so it's probably like 40 feet away.
I can go talk to it. I have protection. Okay, good plan.
I want to go talk to it.
Go do it.
Okay. You walk up to it, and it continues to float there. As you approach, it changes from a reddish-orange color to more of like a light blue.
Where did this come from?
You don't know.
Oh.
It's just floating in the center of the hallway. And as
Like, can we
Zai
all see
approaches... did Zai point it out?
Okay.
No.
Then
Okay.
you two wouldn't even know that it's there in the first place.
So we're just like opening doors and going on our way.
Yeah, you guys are on your way opening the doors and whatnot. Faith is just kind of idly walking behind you guys. And Zai turns
you
around.
see Zai like just walking off though.
Oh boy. God damn it.
Hey there, little guy. How are you?
It lets out another like a... "Oh." And then
What are you doing
it kind of
around
like...
here?
It does like a figure 8 in the air, like just kind of like back and forth waving.
What are you doing here?
It changes from a light blue to a very deep purple.
Huh.
Did we hear him talking to this thing?
I would assume so. You hear this, yes.
Okay. Zai, who are you talking to back there?
A floated ball of light.
He like immediately like turns around like, what? And just like looks behind.
So, bob up and down if we're friends. If we're not friends, go left to right.
You see it change to a very deep yellow. It doesn't move, it just changes to a yellow color.
What in the world is that?
Nah, you see, I don't really know what these colors mean as of yet. You know, we just met and all.
You watch it float into the door on the right, the first one here.
I'm gonna
Over here?
follow it.
It just kind of floats into that room.
I'm gonna follow it in.
Okay. That was easier than I thought.
Everyone knows you should always trust floating balls of light.
You
What
dumb
is
idiot.
going on here?
I'm gonna need you guys to roll initiative.
God damn it.
Look, he didn't go
Oh,
left and right. He lied to me. How dare he?
You didn't roll an insight check.
It's a floating ball of light. What am I supposed to insight?
Oh my god. So, where was this thing leading? Where...
This room.
Oh,
Yep.
fucking hell.
Let's see. So, Ilo got a 7.
Oh god. I'm not happy about
Zai
this.
got a 19. I'm ecstatic about this.
No!
Eli?
Undead things are bad!
I guess what's gonna happen here.
But he seems so happy.
Listen, low-level undead
Onyx-
spirit type things are real bad.
Onyx, for my part, I appreciate you not metagaming.
Look, 'cause I trust people, okay?
You should
Oh,
write
that's
this.
a really high initiative score. Okay. Jesus Christ.
You should really jot this down in your flaws section, Sai.
He's trusting, okay.
This moment, the flaws section for your character should just be like moments in time which you did very badly.
And a 13 for Faith.
Zai
Alright.
trusts floating balls of light too easily.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is a surprise round. Since you were taken off guard. So Zai, you follow this floating ball of light as it leads you into the room on the right-hand side here. And as soon as you walk into the room, the door slams shut behind you and you hear a click.
Oh.
Sweet. I'm gonna use my action to no longer be surprised.
Is that something you can do?
Well, yeah, the way it works is, for initiative, whenever you go, instead of acting, you use your turn, and then you are no longer surprised.
Right.
But that's my whole turn. I'm no longer surprised. Go me.
Right. And since this is still a surprise round, the rest of you basically don't do anything else. However, the ball of light that was in front of you, you notice as another one seems to appear. And this one is more of like a deep shade of pink.
Look, guys, why can't we just be friends? I mean, there's no need to lock me in here. Just want to help.
Yeah, about that. Oh boy.
So rude.
So let's see. The first one was yellow. And then
Well, it changed lots of colors.
it did, but now I'm just, for naming's sake, I'm calling that one yellow. This one's pink. And okay. Well, actually, I should probably just roll for it anyways. Does a 14 hit your AC?
No.
Okay. What about a 23?
Yep.
Okay. Oh boy. Zaya, I am so sorry.
This is all on me.
Alright, so you walk in and you see this second pink one appear, and these two orbs of light kind of float in the air about 5 feet away from you. And simultaneously, they both let out a jolt of electricity that arcs through the air towards you. You're able to dodge out of the way as the one flies by and scorches the wall behind you. You're not fast enough to dodge the second one, though, as it hits you. And you take 7 lightning damage.
Wow, is that it? Okay.
Alright. And we're back through the initiative order. Zai, it is your turn.
Yes, it is. What do I want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Which one hit me? Yellow or pink?
Let's say, because it was the second roll I did, so pink.
Okay. That means I don't have to hurt yellow yet. We're still friends.
Oh my
Yep, definitely.
goodness. It shot at you.
It missed. It's fine. It was an accident. Okay, yellow. See, we're friends, but pink over here just hurt me, so I'm gonna have to do something about that.
You're an idiot.
You
can't
hear
that.
you hear echoing down the hallway.
Bonus action. Glaive attack on pink. For crit for 13.
Oh.
And that is the regular glaive or your magic key one?
It's my magic key one. I don't use the regular glaive unless I have to.
Alright. That hits. So pink, you take your glaive and you swing through, and you watch as this semi-incorporeal form of this floating ball of light seems to split in half and then very slowly kind of like reform together.
Oh.
The light on it just a little bit dimmer.
And then as it's trying to go back together, I'm going to action surge and hit it again. For 21 for 13.
Ooh.
The second one, you... Wow. The second one, you swing through, and again, it slices through the body, and this time there's a loud... And you watch as little pink sparkles fall to the ground.
Now, yellow. I really don't want to hurt you. I'd really appreciate if we could just be friends. I regret what happened to Pink here. So if we could just end this and go on, you could even come with us.
Oh my goodness.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. I want to use my D12.
Oh my god.
18.
Onyx's D12 is now gone.
Look, we're only allowed to use these stream dice for stupid things.
You watch as... Well, actually, I can't do anything with that yet because it's... Oh no, now I can, because it is its turn. Haha! You watch the coloring on it change to a deep orange. And it just kind of floats there.
Oh my god.
Now, if you could open this door so we can leave, then I'll come introduce you to our friends.
Oh.
What is happening?
Your name is still Yellow, though, even if you're orange now.
So, Yellow does not move. However, the door remains locked, and, oh god. Does a 17 hit your AC?
Yes, that is my AC.
Okay. You take 6 lightning damage in the back, and you turn around, and there appears to be a very, very bright red orb floating near the door.
Oh my god.
Is this another one?
Yup.
Okay.
So, Yellow has not done anything, however, Red is... Red just blasted you.
Is the yellow one orange now?
Yes, Yellow is orange. As you've put it, it's yellow. It has now turned orange.
You have to name him Simon, because keeping track of this is going to be like playing Simon Says.
Okay, his name is Simon.
Oh god.
Faith, I'm gonna have make a perception check to notice whether or not she notices the door slamming. This is an easy... Yep, she notices. So...
Wait a second. Wait, I get to hit the red one because I used my weapon to burn.
Yes, you do.
11 for 6.
That misses.
Okay.
So you swing your glaive behind you, feeling the jolt of electricity course through you, and this red ball of light just kind of like... Whew, moves out of the way very deftly. Faith,
Really?
noticing your absence and the slamming of the door, turns around, looks where it came from, and goes, guys, I think something happened to Zai.
Oh goodness.
And she goes running down the hallway back to the door where you got locked in. And she starts turning the door, trying to open it. And she goes, "It's locked!" And that's pretty much her turn.
I made a friend, guys.
Eli.
Yeah, Eli is running after Faith. Okay, so the door is locked, presumably.
Yep.
Okay.
She just said it was locked.
Oh, okay, I did not hear that. Okay, stand back. This is going to be loud. You might want to cover your ears as well.
Oh, god damn.
Boop. They cast Shatter. Oh my god.
I actually need you to make 2 con saves. One for the spell and one for the loud boom.
Okay. That first one was for the sound. I didn't know it was within range, so
So
I
the
failed
sound
the con
doesn't
save
bother
for
you.
the spell.
Yes, you did. So you take the 15 thunder damage as there is a loud eruption of noise at the
Sweet,
door.
I'm unconscious.
Oh no!
You did more
I
damage
wasn't
to me than the wisp things did.
I wasn't intending that.
Alright. However, Red also failed, I believe, unless it somehow has a higher score than I thought.
Oh, son of a bitch. Oops.
Nope, yep. And then, Faith has to make the save as well.
You just hit everybody.
Why does she have to?
Because she's standing in front of the door.
No, I mean, like...
She makes it, so she only takes half.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Ilo, do you want to roll just to be included?
Just to feel like I'm part of something special.
Yeah.
This bad thing you've done.
Okay, Red failed, so Red takes the 15. Oh, wait a minute,
Eli.
that's thunder damage, though.
Yeah.
Eli Flaw.
I always
Kills all of
hurt
his teammates.
Flaws. I don't give a fuck if my team isn't.
It does have resistance, so it only takes 8.
Oh.
Well, look at Arch being generous over there. Rounding up.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so there's a loud boom. The door shatters into splinters. Faith kind of like reels back from the impact. Inside the room, you see that there is a red ball of light floating there. There's an orange ball of light floating towards the back of the room. There is the body of Zai on the ground.
Oh, fucking hell.
Actually, you see Zai fall down as the door splinters open.
Yep.
You obviously know it was you that did this.
Can I do an Arcana check to see what the fuck these things are?
What happened is you.
No, I
You
know
killed
what
Zai.
happened. No,
I thought you were gonna say Arcana check to see what happened.
No. I want to know what the fuck these are. Either Arcana or Religion, whichever is more fitting.
Arcana.
Arcana. That's not Arcana. That is Acrobatics.
That's the other A one.
You do a
Right.
flip.
Flip Wizard, yes!
And in the middle of the flip, you identify them.
You know that these are called will-o-wisps. These are the long-departed souls of children that have basically been trapped in a undead form.
Oh, that's bad.
You understand that generally their personalities are very chaotic in nature. Many times they will lure unsuspecting folk into a trap where they will then kill them and siphon the life out of them.
Oh!
However, they tend to be very fickle in nature. They tend to be very,
Childlike.
yeah, very childlike.
Because they're children.
Oh, hi. Oh boy.
Well, that's
I feel
your
like
turn.
I feel like I'm in trouble.
Ilo.
I'm gonna run over and do a Cure Wounds as a second level.
I appreciate that.
Zai?
One of my heals me
Yeah.
instead of kills me.
Okay. You run into the room, squeeze your little tiny form in, and heal Zai. Roll for the healing. Wow.
5 hit points.
2 and a 1. That's enough that I am awake.
Yeah, Zai, you wake up, you're laying on the ground. There is Ilo standing above you, as well as Orange is in the one side of the room. Or Yellow.
Don't
And-
hurt Simon. He's the orange one.
I might have already done that. Sorry.
No, not the red one. Kill that one. Not the orange
I'm
one.
pretty sure I hit everyone in here.
You did not hit Yellow, or Simon, as it were.
Oh, okay.
I will
Don't hurt him.
fucking
It's-
change the name on my sheet here.
God.
Calling Simon out loud, you see Simon change to a very deep red.
So now there's 2 reds.
A deep red and a bright red.
Okay.
I point that one.
Right.
Don't hurt.
Well, I can't do anything right now.
No,
My
because
turn.
Zai, it's your turn.
Sweet. I'm gonna stand up and use second wind.
Okay.
Sweet. That puts me back up to where I was ish before, someone killed me.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm gonna glaive, not Simon.
Okay.
19 for 5.
That just barely hits. Alright. You cut through it, and again, you watch as its form kind of splits and then reshapes into the glowing ball that it is.
Simon, if you want to help, that would be real appreciated.
You watch Simon turn into a kind of like a pinkish.
And that's my turn.
Alright. Now it is their turn. Simon is not going to do anything. Red, however, is going to zap at Ilo. Does a 18 hit you? Oh, wait a minute. You have protection, though. What does that do?
Disadvantage against things.
Does an 18 hit you? Neil?
I don't know.
18?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Ooh. You take 11 points of lightning damage as a jolt of electricity shoots out from this red ball of light and hits you.
Joy.
Haha.
It is now Faith's turn, and she is, as Faith does, going to take her hammer and attempt to slam.
Oh my god.
And miss. She swings her hammer down, and the ball of light just kind of.
Through that Arcana check, would I have known if like normal like physical weapons even do anything to them?
No, you would not know for sure, but one could assume.
Okay. Faith, you might want to try.
Give me yours.
I don't know if your thing is gonna hurt them.
It's a magic hammer. Fuck off.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
It's your turn, Eli.
Okay. So I'm like standing over here by the doorway. Okay. I am gonna cast. Okay, so there's Simon and one or two others.
Simon and Red.
Simon and Red. Okay.
Simon's in the back of the room. Red is like in the doorway.
Okay. I am going to just cast Firebolt.
At Red?
Yeah, not Simon.
Okay.
Not Simon.
That misses. You throw a bolt of fire, and it just kind of.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I'm going to back up. I feel like I'm in the way, so I'm just going to scoot down here down the hall a little bit. Actually, Eli is gonna back into he's gonna kind of back into this other room right here.
Sure.
Like he's gonna keep the door open, but he's gonna be back here.
All right. Anything else?
I do not believe so. I mean, I have Bartimus. Might as well have him aid. I'm gonna keep Artemis back. It's a clusterfuck in there. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Sorry, just gotta make sure. So we had yellow, which is now Simon, pink, and then red. Cool. Alright, Ilo.
The one that shot me a bunch, I'm gonna throw knives at that one. Quite angrily. It gets 2 knives thrown at it.
At red?
The one that attacked me, yes. The red one that attacked me specifically.
Red's in melee range of you.
Oh, okay, well then it's the same to hit in all of that, either way.
Okay.
Exact same button.
The first one hits, second one misses.
Okay, 7 damage.
Okay. Cool. You slash into it with your dagger. Which dagger? One of your regular ones or the
The fancy one.
Okay.
That's usually going to be, if I'm doing melee, I don't think I'm going to throw that one around a lot, but if I'm doing melee, then yeah, I definitely am using that one primarily.
Okay. The secondary dagger would be a normal attack then.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Since you're you'd be dual wielding with a bonus action.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. You slash through it with your one dagger, and it separates and then comes back together. The second time you swing with your other dagger, and it just kind of like floats out of the way, avoiding your attack. Zai.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing at red.
Okay.
18 for 4.
That misses.
Oh, good. I didn't do any damage anyway.
You slash at it, and it just kind of like weaves at it through the air out of the way again. Anything else?
I don't think there's anything else I can do, so no.
All right. Red is going to attempt to zap you, Zai.
Okay.
Never mind, that's a 7.
I'm pretty sure that one misses.
I assume so, yeah. Alright. So Red attempts to zap you, and you just kind of like dodge out of the way, and it hits the walls, leaving a little scorch mark. And Simon is continuing to just kind of float there. Faith is again going to attempt to hammer Red. Okay, that will do it. You see Faith take her hammer and slam it down overhead, and it just slams into Red and disappears into a shower of red sparkles. We are out of initiative. Simon is still floating in the air.
Hey, Simon, come over here. And I hold my hand out.
What the fuck?
Simon turns a deeper pink and kind of like nudges into the corner.
I'm gonna walk over to him. Does he do anything when I walk over there?
It continues to shrink into the corner.
It's okay, Simon. We're not gonna hurt you. The other ones we had to because, you know, they're hurting us. You haven't done that yet. You're good.
You see Simon turn a bright sky blue, and then you see him just go and fly up into the ceiling and then phase through it.
Okay, Simon. We'll see you later.
Huh.
That was Simon. He's nice.
Okay, yeah, no more of that.
Okay, well, for future reference, those are called will-o-wisps. They, well, as you can tell, are usually not nice. They're essentially the lost souls of children, and they can be quite terrible little creatures.
Oh,
Hold on.
Simon seems nice.
I have the protection on me.
Yeah.
Would that have changed the damage at all that I took?
No, it only
No.
affects the attack roll.
Okay.
And it rolled a 14 and a 16.
Okay.
Plus, that's before its attack bonus, so.
Right.
So what are you guys doing?
Well, if Simon's gone, we may as well just continue.
At this point, about like 5 minutes have passed. Just note for your spell.
Okay. Right, let's continue on then. Which, I think we were like just about to go into the curve, the turn. Yep. Okay, I am actually going to go use fast
Wait, what's the room on the end?
Well, if Kyle's leaving, then I will wait a moment before doing that. I'm going to put us on a 5-minute break then, because I actually need to use the restroom as well. So we will be right back in like 5 minutes or so.
Okay.
Okay, and we are back. So, what are you guys doing? You are currently in the hallway of the servants' quarters. Where would you like to go?
I miss Simon.
Shut up.
We should check that door on the end. Who knows if that goes someplace else.
Yeah, we can just throw the door open. Fuck traps. Throw the door.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna mage hand open the door.
Looking into this room straight ahead, it appears to be a rectangular room, going left. There doesn't really appear to be very much, a few crates scattered here and there. That's about it. Eli, make an investigation check. Your scaling is a little off there.
23.
Bigger, smaller,
Like that.
smaller.
23. Eli, as you're looking in this room, you notice that one of the crates appears to be on top of something.
Okay.
Like, it looks like it's a little bit elevated off of the ground.
Hold on. Come here. Come check this out real quick.
You see something?
Yeah, one of these crates looks like it's on top of something.
If you point it out, I'm gonna push the crate off of whatever it is.
Make a strength check.
Okay. 15.
Okay. You very easily are able to push the crate off, and you find that beneath it there is what appears to be a large cellar hatch. However, you notice that there is a very intricate-looking lock on the hatch itself. It looks like it's built into the hatch, as opposed to being like an external lock.
Okay, so you can't just break it off.
Correct. The entire hatch itself looks to be made of some sort of stone slab. So it looks like lifting it was probably very difficult.
You know, I feel like I know what I should spell that would open this, but I just cannot remember. I don't see it in my book.
Is it the one that makes the loud noise?
No. Something a lot more practical.
It still makes a lot of noise.
No, it just, I know the spell, I just cannot recall it. Goodness, I'll have to go dig through one of my old books. At some later point in time.
Like, out of character, knock still just makes a real loud noise.
Oh, it does? Make a loud noise? Oh,
Yep.
did not know that.
I hate you. Is this like a storage room, Arch?
It looks like it.
Okay, I just need something to write in this room.
I mean, I could try to blow the hatch open.
Yeah, I don't think that's a super great idea.
I don't either.
Okay, Arch, it looked like if I melted the lock, this thing would open.
Ooh.
Make an intelligence check.
Because there's no way I'm trying it unless I know for certain. 17.
Your best guess is that this is probably a very well reinforced lock. Trying to melt it, probably going to be a really hard thing to do, if at all possible.
Okay. Well, looks like I'm probably just gonna have to go find the key somewhere.
Well, maybe we'll find it on... Oh. Well, that's a thought. Maybe we should have checked the bodies of those... of the servant... zombies. Oh well, we can do that later. But maybe the key is still here somewhere. Run into it.
Yeah. So...
Carry on.
How big's this hallway where it turns right?
Right. So, this hallway spans roughly to where the stairs on the opposite side are, so like about this long in length. Back in the entry hall. It basically spans about that length. Yeah, roughly. No, to get rid of the little extra there. Yeah.
Yeah,
So this hallway goes east for about that length before turning south. And along the wall on the left, you see that there are what appears to be 4 doors, about equal distance apart. The wall on the right, however, is completely smooth.
I know you said equal distance, but whatever. It's good enough.
Works for me.
Okay. I'll check the first room then.
Okay. Opening up the first room, you get a very similar sense to the barracks that you'd had stayed in before. It appears to be a moderately sized dormitory, containing several hammocks and cots lining the walls, along with small wooden chests for storage near each of these makeshift sleeping areas. In the corner of each room, there appears to be a large wooden chamber pot as well. There are also single weapon racks as well as armor stands in each of these rooms as well. There are noticeably no weapons or armor, though.
So if you had to call this room something, what would you call it?
Armory.
I leave that to you to decide. Those names can be informative.
So each of the rooms have armor racks and stands.
Armor
also-
racks, or weapon racks, armor stands, as well as cots, hammocks, and small wooden chests for storage.
Maybe like a private guard or something.
Yeah, guard rooms. That's what I'm going to call it. And done.
Boom.
Well, there's nothing interesting in here. May as well check the other 3.
Moving on to the next room, you see a similar situation. There are several hammocks, armor stands, weapon racks, small wooden chests.
Is the armor and weapons like the same quality as the stuff in the barracks? What's just falling apart?
They're a slightly better quality. There are still no weapons or armor present, just the empty racks and stands.
Okay.
But the wood itself seems to be in slightly better condition anyways.
Okay. You guys see anything interesting in these?
Don't know, do I?
I don't know. What are you doing?
I mean, I feel like these are pretty simple rooms. Eli, it's just kind of... So the way that I'm seeing this whole situation is, if we open a room, we don't see any sentient, quote unquote, a creature of some. He's essentially just like popping open doors. He's just kind of trying to move through the place. I feel like we're just trying to clear it out. We can go, once we have claimed the keep, we can go back and thoroughly search and see if there's any valuables or anything like that. So right now he's more in like, we just need to get through, open these doors, check the rooms. If something's in here, kill it. If not, move on to the next place. That's his mindset right now. So he's not really looking at much of anything.
Okay. So what are you guys doing then?
Check the other 2 rooms, I guess. Unless either one of you has something to add.
No.
Not really.
So,
So-
what's happening here at the end of the hallway? Down here.
Just turning right.
Okay. Yeah, Eli's gonna peek his head around the corner.
Okay, so Eli, you are up by the corner over here.
Yeah.
And then you other three are checking out this third room here?
Yeah, just kind of opening the door, making sure nothing's different, and then moving on. That's about the extent of it.
Okay. Roll initiative.
What? Oh my god.
3, sweet.
Oh god, I hope this isn't... I hope this is y'all initiating this. Oh, that's a 9.
Okay, so first let me get Faith's roll. Good job, Faith. You're doing your job well.
You're doing the Lord's work.
Out of curiosity, can you guys see the names on the initiative?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
The cast and the ghoul.
Yeah,
Yep.
I do not like that. I do not like that.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't see those, so I'm not terrified for our lives.
Getting flashbacks. All right, Eli, what did you get?
9.
Ilo.
I got a 17.
Nice. Sai.
3.
And Faith got a whopping 5.
So 3 of us are in front of the third room, and
So, yep, and then
Eli's at the end of the hallway.
Eli is off in bumfuck nowhere. So
I'm
Ilo,
like 10 feet.
as Zai opens up the door in front of you, inside the room, you can immediately see and smell these creatures.
Just
There
close.
are these 2 white, horrifying-looking creatures, pieces of, like, patches of scale mail armor just adorning their bodies, white, ghastly flesh, long fangs, extended arms with giant claws on the ends. And one of them appears to be radiating this odious, horrid, disgusting aura of stench. You notice this one, its tongue hanging out of its mouth, long, nasty, wicked-looking tongue. And as the door opens, they both turn to the doorway and just kind of, hey, next meal, flesh. What do you do, Ilo?
Okay. I'll stab them. I'm gonna throw knives at them immediately. Very
Which
fast.
one? Long tongue or not long tongue?
I'll do long tongue.
Try and kill Venom.
We'll call him Gene Simmons, and I'm gonna throw daggers at him 2 times. So one of those is a 19 for 6.
Okay. And who are you throwing at who now?
The long tongue one I'm throwing the dagger at.
Both of them?
What? Both my daggers at the one? Yeah.
Okay. First one hits, second one does not.
6 damage.
6 damage. Wow.
Amazing.
Okay, you throw your daggers, and the first one hits it right in the chest. The second one kind of just flies past its head. And it looks at you and it just, hey, you'll be first.
Oh boy. He's just the appetizer.
Alright, so... That being said, it is its turn. It is going to run into the doorway. And let me see. It's gonna get, like, at the corner of the doorway so it can kind of reach out and slash at you, Ilo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's gonna attempt to slash at you with one of its long, gangly, claws. Come here, where'd my dice go? There it is. Does a 17 hit your AC?
Yep.
Okay, I need you to make a Constitution save, please. And you also take 8 slashing damage.
13 con save.
Oh boy.
Okay. You feel this creature as it slashes across your chest with one of its long claws. And the slashing pain hurts, but then you feel something course through your body, just kind of this quick through your body. However, you're able to kind of like tense up your muscles and shrug off whatever the effect is that's trying to bother you. And it just looks at you and goes, flesh. Small one is good for flesh.
Yeah, I don't like that one bit.
And the second one, the normal one, is going to come running up and it's going to attempt to claw at you, Zai. Since you are right in the doorway. That is a 10 to hit.
Yeah, it's gonna miss.
Alright, so the second one comes rushing into the doorway and slashes at you. And you just kind of like block it with the handle. The haft of your blade, or your weapon. And it also just kind of looks at you to... Eli, you are off in the corner when you start hearing Ilo going, "Ow!"
Right.
Or something they're akin to, I imagine.
Okay, so... Okay, so I turn around. So I'm right here. Would I be able to see one of the creatures in the doorway?
Yes, you can see there's one very clearly in the doorway, and there's another one that's, like, around the corner that's slashing at Ilo.
Okay.
So if we're using the grid, we've got Zai is here. Okay, and then we'll say that, Faith is here. And then Ilo is here. And then, you're all over here. You're all the way over here.
Okay. So the one that I can... I'm going to cast Levitate on it. So it has to make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw, or begin to levitate.
Constitution saving throw. It fails.
Nice.
So the first creature that is in the doorway in front of you, Zai, you watch as it just kind of like, and then starts floating up the in the air in front of you. And
So because it didn't choose to do it, I don't get to know that, right?
No.
Okay.
It is still technically in your range anyways.
Oh, right. I can hit things on the ceiling.
And then Eli is going to...
Was that the clawed one?
No. Well, they're
Okay.
both clawed. There's tongue and long tongue and not long tongue.
Was that the long tongue one?
No.
Okay.
The long tongue is kind of like around the corner.
Eli will move
here.
up
Let me.
to right here.
So. Right here in the doorway, right there is the not long tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And he's on the ceiling.
And then long tongue is like right here. Kind of hard to see because yellow's a shitty color, but here, I'll do more like a green. There we go.
If only there were tokens in this game we could just put on the map.
Yeah, fuck that. If you guys put fucking pictures on your character sheets, I could have. Except y'all motherfuckers lazy. Alright, so, Eli, you cast Levitate, and what are you doing?
I'm gonna move, I'm gonna move up right here.
Okay.
And that's it for me. Actually, no, I'll have, since they're out in the hallway, I'll have, since we're like right here, I'll have Bartimus aid, whoever the gray is over here.
That's Ilo.
Yes.
Okay.
You get the help.
Against which one?
Presumably the old one that he can.
So the blue one. The
Yes.
not long tongue. Okay.
Sure, yeah.
I'm fighting the long tongue one currently.
Yeah, you guys are like swinging at each other around the corner of this door frame.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, well, I guess it'll be against that guy then.
Okay. Faith's turn. Faith is going to... Faith has some cool spells. Faith, you gonna do a cool spell? God, I don't think you want to do any of these cool spells, because they're probably gonna hurt somebody.
I don't need to be hurt anymore.
Here, I can just cast Shatter again.
If you
Wait,
do,
never mind.
I'll
I
die
just used-
forever.
I just never mind. I just used my other second. So I can't do that.
Alright, you know what? She's going to cast Sanctuary on Zai as a bonus action.
It's a horrible idea.
Well, too bad. She's
Did I
not...
still have protection, yeah?
I mean,
Should have a minute or two left on it, because all we did was like walk through these rooms and open doors.
We had 5 minutes when we finished with your...
Yeah, so you still would have had it.
What do you call it, friend?
Okay, would a 16 have hit your AC?
Yes.
Okay, then
Yeah.
irrelevant in this case. So Sanctuary on Zai, and then she's going to attempt to smack the now floating ghoul.
Sanctuary is going to last a grand total of half a second.
No, she's trying to help. She's trying to protect you. And that hits for 5 damage. So she basically swings at this thing like a piñata. And she clobbers it in the shoulder, and you watch her just kind of...
does it turn into like a fucking pinball in this room?
Not in this case, no, since it's not free-floating. It's basically up against the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
Zai.
Yeah, I'm going to attack the one that's not on the ceiling.
Okay.
Actually, can the one on the ceiling reach us?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll hit the one on the ceiling then. And... this. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay, you miss. Makes an attack. Okay, so Sanctuary does fade.
Yeah.
Okay, Ilo.
Okay. So what did you have that was helping me do what?
Burb.
You have
Burb,
advantage on
okay,
your first
so-
attack.
Against the ghoul,
Beautiful.
which is the one that's up on the ceiling.
I'll expend a bardic inspiration to do a blade flourish during the defensive flourish.
The defensive flourish, yeah?
The thing.
I can't use my dagger again, can I? The enlarging thing?
No, because you used that prior.
That was last night, and then he went to sleep, though.
Oh, that is true. So then, yeah, you could.
Okay. Well, now's the time. So I'm gonna do that
Okay.
and use my extra height to really stab at it.
Okay, do it.
Well, damn. Well, the first one hit, so that's 11 plus. I'm gonna do my Fury of the Small Thing for the extra 3. That's 14. And since I did the blade flourish, let me do the Oh, 6 again. Damn. So plus 6. What was I at?
That's 20 damage in total.
20 total.
Tell me how Big Ilo kills the ghoul.
Ooh.
Well, this was the floating one, yeah?
Yep.
Alright, I just slit it open like you would drain a recently killed piece of meat, and it just floats around the room raining, I guess.
Aw. That's nasty. Yeah, like, it starts just kind of sliding along the ceiling, leaving, like, smear marks of
Oh,
rotted
God.
flesh and congealed blood.
Man.
You're welcome.
Yep. You're welcome. God. Alright, that's it.
Well then.
Alright. So the one, it looks at you and goes, "Hey, you'll pay for that."
I wink at it.
It's still going after...
I just killed its friend.
I fucked up. Oops. I forgot to do a thing. Shit. Oh well.
Good.
Well, in either case, it's going to attempt to claw at you again, Ilo.
Okay.
Does a 14 hit your AC?
Oh, thank God. 18 is usually my AC, but
Oh, wait.
since I did the defensive flourish.
Yeah, never mind, that's a 10.
Okay, well.
Because it's
My
slight
AC is
disadvantage.
20. So,
Okay. So it claws at you, however it misses.
yeah, I can't get hit again or I'll die. So I had to really land that defensive flourish.
Okay, and it is taking up the doorway now.
I really need to be level 4.
Eli.
Okay. Eli. Gun. I'm gonna use magic missile as its normal. Nah, I'm gonna assume that pretty much everything in here is gonna be some fucked up undead, so it'll be radiant.
Okay.
Boop. Boop. And, hey, go away. And 2, 6, 9 radiant damage. You just do.
Alright. Very nice. Anything else?
I think he's probably gonna he's gonna back up a little bit. He doesn't like being this close now.
Okay.
And he'll have Bartimus aid Faith.
Alright. It is Faith's turn. And she is going to attempt to clobber this thing in the head with advantage. That will hit for 5 damage. Alright, and then as a bonus action, she is going to cast Healing Word on Ilo. At 2nd level.
Damn.
Do it. Do it.
Alright, so you regain 7 HPs.
Nice.
Sweet. Oh, man.
Alright, Zai, I need you to make a Constitution save, please.
Okay. 20.
Go ahead, do your turn.
And miss again.
Oh my god.
Yep, miss again.
Can I take my attack back and do something else instead?
Nope. You swing at it and it dodges out of the way and just kind of Ilo,
I yawn.
I need you to make a Constitution save, please.
Who?
18.
Okay, as you were. Motherfuckers keep making your saves.
Okay.
Saves.
I
You don't know.
guess that we don't know about.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I think it's like a smell problem.
This guy has not showered in a very long time.
Ugh.
Funk stink.
Well, I'm gonna stab him twice for that. Does 14 hit?
Yep.
Okay. 20 again. 20 damage.
How do you kill it?
Nice.
The same way as the other one.
Oh.
And then I'm like, yeah, meat is meat.
You gut this one as well.
Now who's meat? You're meat. Not gonna eat you though. That'd be gross. You're nasty.
Oh no.
Alright.
We're out of initiative.
I want to check them for a key.
Make a investigation.
That should go real well. Oh, not bad.
You search their bodies. You find just the tattered remains of the armor that they once wore. Beyond that, though, they don't appear to have anything else on them.
Ilo, can you do something for me with your knife?
Okay. Maybe. Why?
It's quite easy. I just need you to cut off the words, the gasts. That's the gas was the one with the tongue, right?
Yep.
Point at it.
Can you remove the tongue from and one of the claws from either of them? It doesn't really matter to me. I just require a claw and then the tongue.
Okay.
What are you gonna do with those?
Nothing in particular, but it's good to have strange. And I don't typically run into the ghast.
Alright. Sure collect some weird things.
Well, sometimes magic requires goofball components.
All right.
I assure you, it is simply for utilitarian use.
Ilo, make a survival. Yeah,
Survival's not a good one.
You are able to very easily carve the just right amounts off of the tongue and claw of the ghast.
Awesome.
Cool. Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Are either of you still hurt?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, here, take one of the healing potions.
I'm not that hurt. I don't need to use something we can't get back.
I've got some spell slots.
Well, we might need to save those. And that, quite frankly, I need to put this tongue into a vial. I don't seem
Alright.
to...
I'll drink one of mine then. You can save yours.
I'll
Drink a normal
hold
healing
on.
potion.
Hold on.
Ooh, huh?
Eli?
E?
Healing potion? About yay big.
Hold
Tongue?
on, hold on. I don't have the... Okay, say it again.
Okay. Healing potion's about yay big.
Oh, dear.
Tongue's about, like...
Oh, dear. Oh,
like,
dear.
that was not a joke when whoever said, like, venom tongue, like...
Oh, I didn't hear that comment. Oh,
That was
boy.
me.
That was not a joke. And the claw is
Oh.
like
Oh,
arms.
okay.
Like, I don't know what arms you have, but does not fit.
Yeah, I was expecting like just a really long nail.
Hey, Arch.
Hi.
Is there anything in the chamber pot?
In which room?
The third room, the one we're in.
Make an investigation.
Really? Just to see if there's anything in it at all? Okay, 4. Is it empty?
There is some very nasty looking, unidentifiable, cloudy liquid.
I go check a different room.
Which one?
Just the second one. Sure. One of the already checked.
You're looking in the chamber pot again?
Yeah.
Looks to be empty.
Okay, grab it. Hey, Ira, I got you a thing to hold the tongue.
Oh, very good. I suppose I'll just, He's, like, not touching this. He's using a mage hand to, like, place this, to handle
You are
this.
not going to be able to carry this with Mage Hand.
Weighs more than 10 pounds?
If you're putting the tongue and everything in it, then yes.
No, I'm not just talking about the tongue itself. Like, he's not handling the tongue.
The tongue itself is not 10 pounds. If you are putting it in the chamber pot and carrying that around, that is going to be more than 10 pounds.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. Yeah, he just doesn't want to touch the actual tongue.
Okay.
Right, I suppose we're just going to... Yeah, I'm not going to lug this around, but, we'll just leave it here. We need to move on. But it's nice to have.
So you're going to leave the chamber pot and you're going to put the stuff in there.
Yes. Because I can't really...
As Undead said, a cow tongue is like 4 pounds, so it might be more than 10 pounds.
Oh boy, wow, that's large. Well, I mean, if I gotta handle it, I can prep. And so, you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta do the dirty work.
All right. And with that gruesome note, I think that's a good place for us to call it for tonight. I knew that you guys would not get through even half of this place.
Yeah, we never went upstairs or downstairs.
It's Onyx's fault for talking to the lights for...
That took 5 minutes at most.
Why did you fall for that in the first place?
Because they're pretty and I like things.
It's your fault.
Look, I made a friend. It was worth it.
I love it.
Simon is going to be great in the future.
Hey, Simon may save our lives. Point.
Who knows? Right, well, let's go around, find out where we can find everybody, and find out what their favorite part of tonight was, and then we will call it quits for the night. Starting with Kyle.
Oh, man. Well, first you can... On Twitter...
Kyle, you're cutting in and out. Stay close to your microphone, I think, because that might be part of the issue.
I mean, I can't get any closer than this.
Not that close. Maybe take like 2-3 inches back.
Okay, you can find me on Twitter at RageQuitKyle. And I think my favorite part... oh, man. I mean, I've liked going through this creepy-ass place with the creepy-ass music. I like it. I also like getting to use my new wand.
Yeah. You just need to figure out the applications for it, and then it can be such a potent tool.
Yes. Probably the next level I'll be able to use.
We'll see. All right, and Neil.
You can find me on Twitter at Bardic Martin. I liked doing a lot of damage. I can do that for like a minute every day. So that's...
I take back what I said. My favorite killing... I
made a lot of good messes. And that's that.
All right. And Onyx.
Yep, I'm Onyx. You can find me on Twitter at OnyxQWE. And obviously my favorite part is Simon. My least favorite part is, Eli killing everybody.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I told you, it's not a D&D game until the spellcaster hits everybody with an AoE spell.
Right.
Listen, wait till I get Fireball.
Oh, I'm
God.
anticipating
I'm
it.
resistant to fire, so I don't really care as much about that one.
I care.
I'm so excited to have fun. I actually probably won't take that for a while, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'll be able to get out of the way of it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Probably
I'm
not.
at least resistant.
And,
no, what'll happen is you're resistant to fire, but I'll be like, yeah, I cast a necro.
As necrotic damage.
God damn it.
Because lore master.
Just do fire.
I cast it as thunder damage because I want you to make a save.
I just realized you could have made stupid shatter as something that's not a loud noise.
Oh. God. Oh, that's good.
Well, no, because the spell itself would do the loud noise no matter what, because that is part of the description.
But I could do it not as
that you can.
I could have had that as radiant. Oh
man.
Oh man.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, I was starting to think it only worked on magic missile.
It's like the only damage spell I had. I just didn't even like think about it. Oh, I am so excited. Oh.
As for myself, you can find me on Twitter at @arch_DND. You can also find me running the Lucky Die Podcast Twitter, which is at TLDpod. Neil and myself are both on that, so you should go check it out. My favorite part... Oh, God. I am enjoying that you guys are starting to see little bits and pieces of the story of this place as it's coming together.
Is this story?
Yes. Kyle, at least, I believe, has been starting to notice it little bits and pieces. Maybe not so much for you other two.
I was making friends.
Yeah, you're busy making friends.
I don't know if I'm getting it. I'm putting a few things together, but I don't know. I haven't really started putting together quite, say, a story.
Oh,
but I mean,
more.
like, we fought the servants, and now we have found their, you know, like, it's almost like this place was like its own little town.
When we clean out this place, Ilo's going to tell everyone the story about how you murdered your friend with your magic spell. That one time.
Yes, this place was obviously like a real place before because the blacksmith mentioned the trader and the bells and the call and everything. They weren't like undead that just moved in.
Right. Yeah, whatever happened here, it's like, it's just, I don't know yet. Eli is very, very curious. Like, I think one of the like trait things that I put on there was, there's nothing more I love. There's nothing more that I love than a good mystery. So Eli is like super into this place right now.
You have definitely found a very interesting mystery. All right, well, with that being said, we are going to call it quits. Onyx, you're here next week, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, it's the weekend. It's the Sunday after that you're gone?
Right.
Cool. Okay. Maybe you guys will be able to get through this place before we have to take the 2-week hiatus, then.
Probably not.
Probably not. If I'm being honest, probably not. I'm looking at my maps right now. Probably not. Alright, well, that being said, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you to those of you watching on my YouTube channel, which is all of, like, nobody. It has been fun, and I look forward to next session.
Yeah.
Have a good night, and until next time, bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Neil, say bye.
Bye.
Rude.